Hey, what's going on, guys? So, a lot of video game companies have been coming together in solidarity, and it's really awesome. We're going to talk all about that today. We're also going to talk about that huge, game changing Sega news. We finally figured out what's going on, and so without further ado, let's jump into the video game news. So the first thing I want to talk about, as I record this, today is Thursday, and today was supposed to be the big PS5 reveal, blowout gameplay, everything. And they have decided that in the wake of all of these protests and everything, that they are going to hold off and make sure that the attention is not taken away, which is freaking amazing. I mean, I don't really like to talk about, downer stuff too much on the channel, but this is just awesome. I mean, the fact that they are taking their limelight away to really promote something so much bigger than them is amazing. And they're not the only company doing it. Xbox actually had a couple of tweets. First off, they had a cool tweet where they had a blue heart for Sony and a green heart for Xbox next to each other, saying, hey, we stand with PlayStation in solidarity on this subject. And on top of that, they have been posting testimonials from employees talking about how, we really need to promote the voices and promote everything. It's amazing. I'm so beside myself to see these major video game companies who really have no stock in something like this really stopping and saying, hey, this is important, we need to talk about it, and voices need to get out there. It's amazing. It's really cool to see the whole gaming community come together. But Xbox and Sony aren't the only ones doing this. I mean, another company that this was a really cool thing, and I'm not even saying this because I'm a huge fan of their products, of course, but on Twitter, Limited Run Games even had a post saying, hey, we want to get voices out there. So, if you're an African American content creator or anything, gamer, they wanted you to share your videos, your channels. They're going to promote you. They wanted you to, if you had, live streams or blogs, post everything in their comments, and they're, it's huge. It blew up. They're sharing it around. They wanted you to share collections. It is so cool to just man, it's just everyone's really coming together on this, and to see people in this community, video gaming community, really step up and take part. It's amazing, and it's really quite breathtaking. How do you guys feel about it? Is this something that surprised you? It surprised me. Usually companies stay away from things, right? Let's just stay out of it. But, I am very surprised, and pleasantly so. The next two stories are going to both be about Sega. So I have been having to do some weird night work this week. So because of that, I have been awake when Japan gets their news. And oh wow, a day before the game-changing news was supposed to drop, we found out about the Game Gear Mini. Now, the Game Gear Mini is small as heck. They showed it off, and the screen is smaller than a Game Boy Micro screen. Let me put that into perspective for you. Here is a Game Boy Micro. This is my hand. I'm not a very big person. I mean, this is tiny. So there's that. But there has been a lot of kind of controversy with this. There are 4 different models. There's a black one, a blue one, which are the 2 variants we got in America. Then there's the yellow one, which is Japanese exclusive, and a red one. The red one's kind of cool because I have this red Ray Earth Game Gear. It looks just like this, but without the Ray Earth stuff on the bottom. Just red, black, with a blue start button. Now, the controversy isn't that there are 4 different ones, and people are going to want all of them. It's a combination of what you're getting and the price. Now, they are $50 each. And that's if you wanted to buy, each of them individually. They have a set where you can buy all 4 that comes with a magnifying glass where you can actually see the screen. So that's kind of neat if you wanted all 4 colors. They have a deluxe set, which is actually kind of nice. It comes with a case that kind of stores them all, a glass case. It says Sega 60th Anniversary. That's very interesting. It also comes with a 5th Game Gear. I don't think it's playable, but it's kind of the smoke gray color, shadowy smoke color. But the problem is all 4 of these Game Gears have different games. Now, that sucks because it's going to make you want to like buy all of them to get all the games. But the worst part is each one only has 4 games. So that's $50 to buy a little Game Gear with 4 games. Now, when I first saw these, I was like, my first thought was, I didn't know the price, of course. I was like, oh man, I want that cool Shadow Box thing. Well, besides the fact those are sold out and you can't get them, that was like $260. So, that stinks. But when you look at the 4 consoles, obviously I collect stuff. I would like to have one just to say I have one. That's where me personally the problem is. Now, if you go down the list, the black one has like the most, like the most iconic-ish games. You get Sonic, Outrun, I think Puyo Puyo. I'll have the B-roll kind of playing right now from the commercial. But then you have the blue one, which in my opinion has the best games, only because straight out the gate I know it comes with Gunstar Heroes and Sonic Chaos, which is like one of my favorite Game Gear games. Now, me personally, and you may not agree with this, but I think the blue one is ugly as sin. I hate the blue one. If there's one I was definitely not getting, it would be the blue one. Now, the third one, the yellow one, man, the yellow one looks really cool. I always liked that Japanese variant, and if I had one, like, it would be on the forefront of one of my shelves. It's really neat. Problem is the yellow one is instantly, for Americans anyway, a non-starter. It is basically 4 RPGs, all entirely in Japanese. So if you wanted to get the thing to actually play it, the yellow one is definitely not for you. And that just leaves the red one. Now, me personally, I'm going back and forth. Which one, I do want to get one. I have a friend in Japan who can easily help me get one. I think I'm going to get the red one to match my Ray Earth one just because. But, man, it has, like, the most whelming games. I mean, it has, like, Shin Megami Tensei, which is cool, but likely all in Japanese. It has Shinobi, which I'm cool with that. But, that's kind of it. I don't really, it stinks. I wish I could get the games from the blue one on the red one. But either way, this thing's kind of a travesty. I hate to say it. Like I said, I'm gonna get one just because I got to. It's really kind of neat. There's no word if they're actually coming to America either. So for all I know, there could be an announcement coming up soon, and we get the same option. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you even think it's obviously not worth getting? But are you getting one? And if so, what color are you getting? And if you're not getting one and you don't think I'm an entire idiot for doing so, what color should I get? Because I think I need to know. And we're going to wrap up with Sega's huge game-changing announcement. This is going to be pretty short because if you're here in America with me, it is completely useless information for you. I will preface this by saying the article is not a lie. It is definitely a game-changing thing for Japan. Now, what it is they're calling it fog gaming. Imagine the cloud, but they just want to name it something different. In Japan, and I only know this because I have friends there, the arcade scene is still huge. It's massive. I mean, like, arcades are awesome over there, and they're, like, next level. So, Sega had the great idea of, hey, what about at night when these arcades are closed down? They can now use the arcades as a streaming service. Of course, there's no pricing or anything yet, so we don't quite know how it's going to work. It'd be funny if there's digital quarters, but who knows. But basically, you can keep the arcade games going over a streaming service. So say you're at your house and man, you've been really jonesing to play some of the cool Sega arcade games, maybe with friends online. You can now do so on their streaming fog service. Now, that is game changing for Japan. They're talking about very low latency, like a millisecond. So that makes fighting games and things of that nature, but seemingly very playable. Because of the latency they're talking about, I'm 100% sure we're not going to get that here. And like I said, the article definitely isn't really a lie, because it's a Japanese article, and for people who live in Japan, definitely a huge announcement. It's a game changer. Like I said, arcades are on the next level there. But what do you guys think? I mean, I know I was like my last video, we talked about the possibility of Microsoft buying them, so obviously that didn't happen, but, are you kind of disappointed? I bet you if you're in the States, you probably are. So, hey, I really like to take time here to usually ask you guys a question, but, today, I really, I'm not going to talk anymore. We're done. I'm done talking for the day. Right now, we should all be paying attention to what's going on in the world right now. and really doing whatever we can to help. So take the time that you would think about whatever question I would be asking now, and apply it to something good for someone somewhere. And that's going to do it for us today, guys. Hey, thanks again for watching. I really appreciate everything. If you guys haven't subscribed, please click the button, stick around. It really helps me out a lot. Like, I'm a small channel, so it really means a lot when I see those numbers tick up. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. But hey, as always, take it easy.